course, we have the Pokemon haters. So I've actually played Resident Evil. I wonder how many of these people who hate Resident Evil actually played the game. Like, but of course, guess what? They really had it. They really put an AI thumbnail, okay? Like, and they put IGN reviews at 5.9 out of 10. Even the actual IGN reviews an 8 out of 10. Yeah, of course, shows Mario yelling at Pikachu. Yeah, very enticing. But it seems that 4chan has now stripped its way to YouTubers as well, because this is literally like a 4chan-esque thumbnail. And so it's just strange that a lot of these opinions that were once friends' opinions on 4chan have now become mainstream opinions, which is honestly kind of concerning for me and many other people, okay? These friends' opinions are now mainstream, okay, about Nintendo, okay? Calling Nintendo fans toddlers, calling them man-children, okay? Calling Nintendo fans autistic, even though 150 million people bought the game, okay? Nintendo Switch. Is that 150 million people autistic? No, they are not. Okay? Autistic people make up like 2% of the population, and Switch 1 owners, like 30 million people bought the Switch 1. Okay? Or the fact that they call every single fan of something autistic is just very, very sad and depressing. Like having a passion for your favorite game or movie franchise and wanting to talk about it on YouTube, according to 4chan, makes you autistic, makes you a man-child. And this is why people don't take 4chan seriously. This is why 4chan isn't taken seriously anymore. They're not really taken seriously anymore. But seeing that these people are now seeping into the standard mainstream channels, as well, because this video has 72,000 views as well, okay? It really shows you that a lot of people just hate Nintendo now. Like, it's not a normal thing. So, there's of course a bunch of people who hate Nintendo. One is Power World fans, obviously, as well here. We don't know who's on the side of good or bad, but, did Power World really steal from Nintendo as well? Okay, that's what they're trying to prove, obviously, but, again, most of, Power World fans and SOAGs, okay, just one side of Power World without, looking at Nintendo's side of the story. Of course, they would never do that, because that takes too much resource, okay? That really takes too much resource, because, literally you can do a one Google search, why is Nintendo suing Power World? But no, SOAGs, they want to side against Nintendo, because according to them, Nintendo is an evil bully company, okay? Nintendo's just trying to protect their IPs from copyright theft. But don't worry, SOAGs will, of course, what's funny? There was an election a couple of days ago, and all of the conservative candidates watched, and guess what? SOAGs said nothing about the election, and were whining, but how did we lose the election? Yet they didn't endorse anybody. Like, this is the absolute proof that SOAGs are not conservatives. Like, I'm a small child. I'm not going to be able to sway anyone as well. I'm not going to be able to sway anyone. My Twitter presence isn't huge either. So, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, go vote for this person, because I don't really have any power, over that type of stuff, okay? And also, I don't live in Virginia. I don't live in New Jersey. But SOAGs, a lot of these accounts have hundreds of thousands of followers. But instead, they just stayed home, which is pretty funny. But yep, that's what this video here. Goodbye.